It's a long story. Question number 15 says, what value should be assigned to f of 2 to make the extended function continuous at x equals 2. And I'm just going to put the picture of the function up here. So the question is, it says, what value should be assigned to f of 2 to make the extended function continuous at 2? And so we've got a piecewise function here. And what we want to do, whoops, wrong way. What we want to do is, what do I do with this function? What do I do with this function so that I can, well, let me read the question again. It says, what value should be assigned to f of 2 to make the extended function continuous at 2? Well, is 2 continuous? Is it continuous at 2?
No.
No. So what value could I assign to f of 2 to make it continuous?
See, I don't get that terminology.
How do I plug in the hole?
What?
How do I plug in the total?
You just have 2 be equal to 0?
You'd say x equals 0, right? Or x equals 2, or how could you would say f of 2 equals 0 is how you would say it, right? And you could just assign it, right? So remember that f of x has got this piecewise function business going on, right? So we've got all these different definitions of the function, right? Well, I could, if I wanted to, say somewhere along here when x, I could say x equals 0, comma, when x equals 2, right? And so I'm going to sketch the graph here. We've got a graph like this. We've got open circle here, open circle here, open circle here at 2, right? And then we have another open circle at 3. So that's really kind of our function there, right? And let me draw it in a different color so you can see a little bit different.
Would 16?
And so what we want to do is we want to make our function continuous at 2. And so we have a bunch of stuff in our piecewise function. But if I write in there 0 when x equals 2, what do I have to do? I have to plug the hole. And what is that saying? That's saying f of 2 is equal to 0. That's it. This is your answer right here. This is what you have to write down.
Plug the hole. Okay.
You just got to plug the hole. But that's the confusing part, right? How do I make that function continuous at that point? Well, what's missing? Well, what's missing is 2 comma 0. So how do I write that formally? Right there. Now that I've plugged the hole, the function is continuous. Now I can apply the intermediate value theorem. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Would 16 also be the same as 0?
No, it's not 0, it's 2.
Yeah, it would be 2 for 16, right? What does that say? At when x equals 1? Is that what it says? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because,
Yeah, so what we would want to do for number 16,
I was looking at the...
they want to know what do you do at 1, and so we would have to plug the hole here. So you would say when x equals 1, y would have to equal 2, right? Or you could write it this way. This is the better way to write it. F of 1 equals 2. So So that's how you do problem number 16. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Hey, Tatum.